Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I was thinking about this, so I decided to make a video out of it, which is who should be Real Madrid starting keeper for the remaining of the season, and who should be Real Madrid's backup keeper for next season after Courtois comes back. Now obviously Courtois will come back around April to May, so he'll come back. He will probably, do his rehab, get back to full fitness, and then he'll be the main goalkeeper next season again. So, who will be the second keeper to him? And I'll give you the reasons why I think it could be Kepa and it could be Lunin, and why it might not be Kepa and it might not be Lunin. And there are definitely reasons for both as well. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's start off with first things first, comparing their performances. Now, bear in mind, if you want to compare, you can't really compare them in terms of their how many games they've played and who has been better because of the games that they've played. Because if you compare because of that, Kepa wins because he played more games. He played a lot of consecutive games. While Lunin, he played 2 games at the start of the season and then he played the last couple of games. That's about it. So Kepa would be on top. But if we talk about when they've had the performance, when they've had the chance, how they've performed, then okay. Because clean sheets wise, Kepa, he kept the clean sheet against Celta Vigo, which was his first game. He kept the clean sheet against Las Palmas. He kept the clean sheet against Girona. He kept the clean sheet against Osasuna. And he kept the clean sheet against Rayo Vallecano, his last game. So that's 5 clean sheets. And in the Champions League, he kept the clean sheet against Union Berlin. So that's 6 clean sheets in all competitions so far for Kepa. As for Lunin, he kept the clean sheet against Athletic Club Bilbao. And he didn't play again until Cadiz, where he kept a clean sheet. He did play against Valencia, but he didn't keep a clean sheet. And he kept the clean sheet against Granada. And he kept the clean sheet against Braga in the Champions League. There's 4 clean sheets for Lunin. Considering he played less, I would say it's even right here. I know Kepa has 2 more, but Lunin played way lesser. So 6-4, I would say it's a tie right now for the games that they've had as well. So performances wise, it's pretty even. It's pretty even because if Lunin had played the amount of games Kepa had, he would have kept probably more. So yeah, I would definitely say that it's even. Now, how about financially? Which one makes sense? Now, Lunin would make sense in this case because he's already a Real Madrid player. All you have to do is probably let him sign a new contract, renewal, maybe extension, and that's about it. As for Kepa, he's on loan. Let's remember this, right? He's on loan from Chelsea. And Kepa has a market value, according to Transfermarkt, of 18 million euros, which I would assume Chelsea will want about 20 million euros. But let's just do it, in pounds for the sake of Chelsea. In terms of that, would be probably about 17 million pounds for 20 euros. So they will probably want, in terms of 25 million pounds, about 30 million euros, right? If my calculation is correct. 30 million euros on Kepa, is that worth it? For backup keeper, personally, I don't think it is. I don't think it's worth spending 30 million euros on a new goalkeeper. I don't think so. So for me, if you're talking about sensibly and where we can put the money elsewhere, I'm fine with Lunin as a backup keeper, and I'm fine using that extra 30 million euros to buy another player. I'm totally fine with that as well. So for this one, I think Lunin edges it out. Now, I like both keepers. I really do. I think Lunin is underrated, and I certainly think Kepa has had a lot of hate in the last few years as well. So personally, I'm fine with either keepers. Now, the reasons why I think, let's start with Kepa, right? Why I think Kepa would sign for Real Madrid is almost like Ancelotti trusts him more than Lunin. You can see that because when Courtois got injured, Ancelotti didn't say, "I want Lunin to be my number one now." He was like, "Can we bring in another keeper, please?" And it was Kepa. And immediately after Kepa joined, he started him every single match. So I think to Ancelotti, he thinks Kepa is the better keeper of the two, and he would prefer Kepa. So if this comes down to Ancelotti next season, if he still stays, if he's here again, I would assume he would probably say, I would prefer Kepa as a backup keeper, and if you want to sell Lunin, it's fine. I think that's what Ancelotti would say. The bad thing, like I said, it's the 30 million. It's the price tag that Chelsea would put, and that's probably a reason why I don't think Florentino Perez would pay for a backup keeper that much when he's already got another keeper who is capable of being a backup keeper as well. So personally, that's my two reasons. As for Kepa as a player, look, I like him. He has played really, really well. He's kind of rediscovered his form. I'm totally fine if we do decide to go for Kepa, but I put my reasons as to why he probably would and wouldn't. As for Lunin, why he would, like I said, save costs really. Um, and he has already been the backup to Courtois for the past few seasons as well. Whether Kepa would be happy to be the backup as well, that's another reason. Would Kepa be happy to be the backup? I'm not saying Lunin is happy, but he has already been. You could probably convince and persuade him to continue being the backup. For Kepa, he left Chelsea to be the main starter, and he knew he had the opportunity to be the starter with Courtois injured. Now that Courtois might be back, which he will, would Kepa go, I'm going to leave Chelsea for another club where I'm also going to be a backup anyways? I think he has another option. He could go to another club where he could be the main choice keeper as well. So that personally for me edges Lunin out as well, because personally Lunin would be fine. I'm not saying that he's happy with being a backup. Like, players are competitive. They want to play. They want to be the starter. They want to win the favor of the manager. That is certain. That is certain. But Kepa, as a player, I think has a bit more to him in terms of egotistical. I'm not saying he's an egoistic player and he's an arrogant player. I'm just saying in terms of his ego, he probably just has it slightly more than Lunin. I mean, Kepa has been Chelsea's main starter, and then as soon as this season they brought in Robert Sanchez, he left. As for Lunin, he's always been the backup. He's never really been the starter. And even now, he's been the backup to Kepa. So in terms of who will be willing to be the backup, Lunin would probably be better in terms of that. But personally, both are fine. Back to Lunin. Again, I do see it happening, like I said, because the cost and because he's absolutely fine with being backup. Again, could Ancelotti say, I don't want him, or I want Kepa? That could be a possibility. And Lunin might just say, look, I'm going to leave because I want to get game time somewhere else. I want to be a main keeper. We have had this talk and reports before about Lunin that he wants to leave and he wants to be the starter. And if he doesn't get that, he could consider leaving. So, just saying. But these two keepers, I think, are really, really good. They have been really, really good this season. I don't really think you could compare them because of their stats, because they haven't really played as many games as each other, really. So, yeah. But both keepers have done really well with the absence of Thibaut Courtois. And let's just be honest here. Courtois will be the main keeper no matter what. So, let me know your thoughts down below. Who would you rather, Kepa or Lunin as the backup keeper? But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. hit the like button instead, subscribe, turn shares on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.